The Scottish Classic Sports and Saloon Car Championship is just about to get underway here at Knockhill Racing Circuit in the reverse direction anti-clockwise configuration, and after qualifying, well, John Kimmond was on pole from a fabulous qualifying by Alistair Bapty to put the little Fiat X19B on the front row of the grid with Stuart Thorburn and Bruce Mitchell just behind them on row 2. The lights are on, full set of complement of lights, and away we go now down towards the hairpin, and a terrible start from Alistair Bapty. All that work in qualifying absolutely undone as he gets gulfed by the pack down towards the hairpin, and so does Bruce Mitchell. Something fails on Bruce Mitchell's car by the looks of things as everybody comes in at the hairpin, and Charlie Cope comes in wildly hot, almost tags aside of Raymond Boyd, and they make their way towards Clarkson. That was a sorry sight there of Bruce Mitchell just making his way around very, very slowly in the little Lotus Europa. Let's hope that's not terminal as the leaders go through. William Conway up the inside of Charlie Cope. That's probably the best place to be after what we've just seen Charlie do at the hairpin. Charlie, not normally known for that, must have just had a slight rush of blood to the accelerator pedal instead of the brake pedal. But John Kidman, wow, through the chicane. That was almost Goodnight Vienna into the gravel trap on the inside of Butchers. But somehow John managed to control that massive, massive moment. And away up the hill he goes, chased hard by Andrew Graham as they come onto the crest of the main straight. And Jimmy Crowe, a fine third place so far for Jimmy Crowe in this race in his Mark 1 Escort. Beautiful car that Jimmy's got. Let's hope Anne's let him get a brand new set of tyres today for this race meeting as Kinman comes into the hairpin. Look at that thing dancing about on its nose on the brakes there. Big car that, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to remember, do you remember these things on the road? I believe my dad had one when I was a lot younger. Automatic one, 2.6. It was just absolutely massive as the cars now make their way round towards Clark Corner, and through they come as they head down towards the chicane now. Jimmy Crowe still in a very good third place, and quite impressed with how Jimmy's getting on here. And that's better from John Kimmond. I was waiting to see if that was going to be an improvement for him to get through, and yes, it was a big improvement. He was nice and controlled that time, as is Jimmy Crowe as they come up towards McIntyre's. John Kidman bounces over the curb at the top of Duffus and then heads up towards the main straight. Chased hard by second and third. Raymond Boyd currently in fourth place, but let me tell you a little bit about Raymond Boyd. Whoa, Charlie Cope, forget Raymond Boyd now. Charlie Cope, that was a huge hunk of sausage curb on the inside there, and you're keeping the commentator well and truly on his toes and keeping his blood pressure up in this race, because that was almost a disaster for the Golf GTI. The 1800 Golf that Charlie's competing in just hooked the top of the curb there, and that was a big moment. But back to Boydie as he goes through shot there. He's turbocharged that post this year, and he's having a little bit of problems with it through the mid-range, a little bit of spluttering, not pulling just as it should do. And I'll probably say that a few times as we go on over the course of the next couple of meetings until he gets that worked out. But Raymond, as soon as he gets that worked out, he will let me know. Guarantee you that, as the guys make their way in towards McIntyre's. Andrew Graham in the TR8 under sunny skies, but it looks like we're in a hole in the cloud right now, because all around not the nicest looking clouds, but as you can see we're under sun. I haven't said that. If we look up towards the back of the circuit towards Edinburgh, it looks lovely. It must have just been that camera. Yellow flag. Oh well, there we go. Charlie Cope, after that massive moment at Duffus, has parked the Golf, and it looks like it's not going to be going any further. Charlie not in the car, you can see that he's parked off to the side. That's what the waved yellow flag was for on the start line, and Charlie will be unhappy with that one as we see Alistair Bapty on the comeback trail, and well, he's left himself a lot of work to do. That was Mario Ferrari who was trying to pass here, trying being the optimum word. He pulls out as they come towards Hislops, and he's going to take the little Fiat X19 round the outside. Round the outside, that's Bruce Mitchell's car there parked in the travel, and Bapty does it. So retirement so far in this race, it looks like it is Cope and Bruce Mitchell. I haven't seen Michael Longstaff much actually, and we normally mention Michael Longstaff in these races. We've also got Duncan O'Neill and Martin Ramsey in an XR2 battle out there, and Stuart Thorburn as well in his lovely Mark 1 Escort, which he did qualify in the second row of the grid, but he appears to have disappeared. And let's hope everything is okay with Stuart Thorburn. Stuart here competing this weekend, mainly because his son Jamie's out in the Formula Ford 1600 Championship, so Stuart thought he'd come along and have a little bit of a shot with his escort. Grant Humble there on the pit wall, chief grid man, and Grant's done this for a lot of years, let's say that. Been a long time member of the SMRC and a devoted man to making sure the grids all line up perfectly here at Knockhill Racing Circuit, and probably Ingliston before that. Still the waved yellow flag from the start line because Charlie Cope's car is in a rather precarious position, you will say. Doesn't warrant a safety car, which is a good thing. Don't like that. And let's see if they withdraw that flag on the next lap as the leaders 1, 2, 3 come through the chicane. Good zoomed in shot there. There comes Raymond Boyd through. Nice and smooth from Raymond. In the number 49 baby blue Porsche, in towards McIntyre's he goes. It'll be good once Raymond gets this car on song, because he is a quick driver, we know that, and his performance is somewhat masked right now just by the car and its capabilities. Somebody who's not masked by performance, but is probably hampered by bad starts, is Alistair Bapty. He was on the front row of the grid and he's had to come through because he was way down the field, and he's now got his beady little eyes firmly fixed on the back of Raymond Boyd in that blue Porsche. Let's see if he can catch up with that car. And does he have enough left in the tank to get through? Well, a nice tight line to the apex for Bapty there. We saw Raymond running kind of like the high line, you could say, if it was NASCAR, up against the wall, if there was a wall. But Raymond a little bit hot into the corner, but he's still got a comfortable buffer over Bapty. Never mind that though, your leader, we should mention him, still John Kinmond away at the front, as Mario Ferrari and Stuart Thorburn go through with William Conway in tow. It is still John Kinmond at the front from Andrew Graham, with Jimmy Crowe your top three. Then Bapty chases down fourth place man Raymond Boyd. Good little shot that as the cars go in towards the chicane. And then we come through here. And it was just this camera that's making it look a little bit dark. I was thinking it was actual sunlight itself, but it's actually nice and bright, so just that camera maybe in a little bit of shade there. Stuart Thorburn tries to go round the outside of Mario Ferrari up Duffy's Dip. That's never going to work. And he tucks in for a slipstream as they come up underneath the Beatson's Building Supply Bridge. Thorburn goes left, he goes right, he's on the outside now as they head down towards the hairpin. Will he manage to have enough in the brakes to get round there? Well, we jump towards Clark Corner and see Jimmy Crowe go through. The next car should be Raymond Boyd. And where's Bapty? Yeah, the gap not falling down enough, not closing in enough. Alistair Bapty still off the back. Raymond Boyd won't have too much to worry about. And in turn, Mario Ferrari's got enough to worry about with Stuart Thorburn. But Andrew Graham, well, he's not got much to worry about at all. Not a care in the world. He's in a fine, comfortable second place, and all he's got to do is hope the TRA gets him to the finish. Jimmy Crowe comes through. Then we have Raymond Boyd. Now, is Boydie catching up with Jimmy Crowe? Is JC about to come under some sort of pressure from Boydie? This could be interesting towards the end of the race, because Bapty seems to have got the finger, well, we'll say out, and winding himself up for a kind of last lap assault, whether it's going to be that. And Thorburn still, well, he's still got Mario Ferrari problems as they head down towards the hairpin. Crowe comes in towards Clark's. You can see Raymond Boyd there. None of these guys, apart from Bapty, using that kerb on the way in, and that kerb on the way in, that's nice and smooth, and it really opens up the corner for you to take a bit of a faster entry. So it's not like the old kerbs. We used to mount them and the car used to kind of get a little bit unsettled. The kerbs are super smooth now, so it does let the car get a faster entry to the corner, and you can carry it down the straight. Now look at the little X19B, he's right onto the back of that Porsche. Raymond Boyd's under the pressure now, he's under the cautious Jimmy Crowe. There was an apex here somewhere, pal, but we'll maybe get that in the next lap round. As over the crest of Duffy's Dip they go, and this is where the Porsche now kicks in. The turbocharged Porsche obviously working pretty well in Raymond Boyd's hands today, although we would expect him to be just a little bit further up. But Jimmy Crowe is going to have to keep his wits well and truly about him, because, yeah, these guys are coming, and if he wants to keep that overall podium, he's going to have to make sure he gets a little bit more of a wriggle on. There is classes in this, we should mention that as well. There's class A, B, C, D and E, and the XR class as well, and it basically is done on engine size. So Jimmy Crowe will want a podium overall, guaranteed that, but as long as he wins his class, he will be happy. In the class with Jimmy Crowe, well, the next man is Stuart Thorburn, and he's quite far behind, so Crowe will take maximum points. I've said that there's only 2 cars in his class. Do you get maximum points for that? We'll need to look at that one later on with the stewards as John Kinman crosses the line to wipe another lap off the slate here. There goes Andrew Graham. And then there's quite a long wait back, isn't there, for Jimmy Crowe as Kinman goes past car number 33, Martin Ramsey, and his XR2. That's the ex-Charlie Thornton car, I believe. And there's a name from the past, a blast from the past. We do like Charlie. Haven't seen him in a long time. Have to try and catch up with him the next time he's at the circuit. And that was Duncan O'Neill in the 66 XR2 going through as well. Your leader in the big V8, you can hear that, the big thundering V8 Rover goes down the back straight. And reliability in that car really has come on song over the last year or so. We used to see an awful lot of problems with brakes for John. Big heavy car, Knockhill, well, it's quite a hard circuit on brakes anyway. But he seems to have everything well and truly worked out. Now, what he does say, though, is the heat soak inside the car is huge. You get very, very hot and sweaty, as we see Alistair Bapty using a nice sweeping fast line up the top of Duffus Dip there. And he's still homing into the back of Boydie, but Raymond Boyd, he's quick where he needs to be quick, and then Bapty can't get past any other places. As Raymond a little bit wide still at that hairpin. Now, is he struggling for turning grip here? Or is that Raymond's just favoured line through the corner? We'll need to try and catch up with him and see what he says as O'Neill goes a lap down for Crowe now. And Jimmy Crowe has obviously noticed in his mirrors that there's a rather large blue thing homing in. So he's got a bit of a wiggle on. His lap time the last time through was his fastest lap off the race for Jimmy Crowe, 61.265. And yes, he's noticed the incoming charge from Raymond Boyd. Raymond's lap time, as Alistair Bapty gets held up a little bit by the lap traffic there. Raymond is a 61.4. Alistair Bapty, one of the quickest drivers on track, believe it or not, he's on a 60.9 second lap. The only people quicker is Kinman and Graham at the front. They're both into the 59s. So Bapty driving the little wheels of that X19 as he homes in towards the back of Raymond Boyd. He's going to have a punt. You're going to have to, Alistair. There's no point just following. Well, before you know it, the race will be done. Crowe goes through the hairpin. There goes Boydie. Does Boydie get a good turn in this time? Slightly better. And Alistair Bapty still in control and in charge. I see the flame licking out the back of Raymond Boyd's turbocharged Porsche. I do like that. That's very 70s, 80s-ish. I'll get a row for saying that. The Porsche enthusiasts will be telling me they want turbocharged back there or something. But we can take that one on the chin when it comes in. Bapty goes in towards the chicane. Running out of laps now, Alistair. It's going to have to be now or never as the guys come through. And up the main straight, John Kinman. Well, it's been a great drive for John Kinman, hasn't it just? He's been well and truly in control all the way through this one. As we go back towards, once again, Bapty tries to go round the outside now. Has he made that work? Has the Porsche had a splutter? I would say yes. Raymond Boyd loses a lot of speed on the straight there, and just where you don't want it to splutter, it does. What a disaster for Raymond Boyd. Alistair Bapty sneaks through there, and he does that by the skin of his teeth. Bapty will be chuckling all the way down the main straight with that one. As Mario Ferrari and Stuart Thorburn side by side over the line also. But it was John Kinman who took the win from Andrew Graham, Jimmy Crowe, and Bapty stole it on the final corner on the run to the flag. Fabulous racing from the Classic Sports and Saloon Car Championship.